Pineapples.
Those darn pineapples.
Okay, there you
Pineapples.
go. Okay, it's back on, guys.
About 30 minutes later, the pizza guy arrives and delivers the pizza.
Here you go, boys. Eat up.
I open the box,
The like.
only to discover a pepperoni pizza topped with pineapples. What the hell is this? Why did you put pineapples on the pizza?
Just tell your friend to eat the pineapples. Duh. All the other toppings sucked.
You suck. I wish you never lived.
Damn.
It's been a couple months since that incident.
Wish you never
My
lived. That's
hatred
pretty
for
harsh.
Jenny has unfortunately become far greater
Why are
as
you in
time
the shower
went
sitting
on.
on your ass, bruh?
I was
Why
honestly
are you
convinced she had
standing
a
up? You're supposed to
compulsion
be in the
herself
Yeah, you're supposed to be
for
standing up in the
making my
shower.
life a
Yeah,
living
you're supposed to be
hell.
in a tub while sitting down.
There was this one occasion
Yo, like everybody stands
where
in
the
the
final
tub.
straw was
You take a
drawn.
shower every day, you stand in the tub, but you're standing
I remember
in the
watching
shower
TV
while
in my
that dude is sitting
bedroom
down in it.
when I see Jenny lurking behind the doorway, holding a sheet of paper. She began waving the paper at me while saying,
Hey, Jake. I have 2 surprises I want to show you.
"It'd be a surprise if you moved out, 'cause I'd love that."
Don't be rude.
It'd be a surprise.
I have a
if you
drawing I
moved
made for
out.
you.
What is it?
We'd love that.
Jenny then reveals a hand-drawn picture of a pineapple with SpongeBob.
SpongeBobito.
What the hell is wrong with you? Why can't you stop tormenting me?
I have one more
SpongeBobito.
surprise for you. I got another tattoo.
Jenny then lowers the sheet of paper,
Hey, on her tits,
revealing
too?
a tattoo
Jenny's
of a
wild
pineapple on her
bitch.
chest.
On her
Surprise!
Get the hell out of my room, you freak.
On her, yeah. Hell no. Oh, no. Laugh and she's still going. Oh, come on, man. Jesus Christ.
I hate her. I hate her so much. I hate her so much. I hate her
So much.
so much.
Yeah, so much
A
so.
couple hours passed by, and it was time to go to bed. I couldn't sleep that
That's what
night
his motive was. I don't care
as
what
my
anybody
blood
says.
pressure felt like it was at an all-time high.
He's a fucking psycho. They're leaving
I
him
could
psycho.
feel my head throb in pain as I became more irritated with the thought of my sister's existence.
Yeah,
Why the hell would she get a tattoo of a pineapple?
motive.
What kind of sister does that to her brother? It was about 1 a.m. in the morning when I ultimately decided to go to Jenny's room and confront her about her derogatory behavior towards
Yeah.
me.
You just gotta confront her, alright?
While approaching her room, I can hear Jenny's voice subtly echo louder in my head saying,
Surprise!
over and over
The
again.
scary thing is that that's what goes on in their head, too.
Surprise!
You know, like, the person that's schizophrenic and all that.
I then open her
Yeah.
bedroom door, only to see a
Yeah.
pineapple sitting on top
That's what
of
he
her
saw.
bed.
So when his eyes washed over red, he was in
Is
that
this
mode.
supposed to be another
He was in that-
stupid
that mode.
orchestrated prank? That's when I
This
grabbed
is
a
how
pair
he
of
made
scissors from the
it
top
okay
of the
to do what he
nightstand
did to her.
and began piercing
You know,
the
he just saw
pineapple
that.
over and over again, stabbing and stabbing and stabbing.
Blood flying out of it.
Good luck sleeping on top of this mess, loser.
Yeah, never laid down to know she did.
Morning, it's time for school.
Shaking
Jenny,
up.
wake up. Jenny! Jenny!
Like, low key, forgot you guys was listening. So, look, guys, he saw, you heard, when he went to the room, he saw just pineapple in his head. He just saw pineapple on the bed. Once he went to the room, his eyes flashed red. goes in the room, he starts stabbing the pineapple, right, on the bed. But, you know, like you said earlier in the story, the guy he's schizophrenic, he's OCD, he's crazy. He's fucking crazy. So he starts killing the pineapple. And, like, that's where we're at in the story. And then the mom goes to the room, Jenny! Jenny! Yeah. And now they're flashing to the room, and Jenny's on the bed, dead.
What?
Who did this to you? The mom is screaming. So this guy went to the room.
I could have sworn it was a
He's
pineapple.
talking like he could have sworn it was a pineapple. That was...
No.
Must take 2 tablets a day in order for dosage to be
I
effective.
didn't do
He
it.
hasn't been taking his
It wasn't
medicine.
me.
I didn't even see that part
I
yet.
decided to close my eyes
So
and recite
they just showed
over
also
and
his
over again in my
dosage of
head.
medicine, take 2 a day for it
Please
to be
be
effective.
true.
His bottle was
Please be
empty.
true.
So he was off his meds and he killed his sister. You know?
That's when I opened my eyes again, only to see myself back inside a steel cage.
Yeah, he was still cage,
I was still in a white room,
Yeah, he was.
surrounded by hundreds of distorted creatures.
Yeah.
But then my vision started
Yeah,
becoming
nigga, you're in
clear.
jail. Y'all
I
heard
realized that I
Stir-
wasn't in a cage.
Yeah, he was in jail.
Stop
I was
that.
in a jail cell.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Those distorted figures weren't
No,
creatures.
let's
No, they're
fucking go, motherfucker.
They were men in orange jumpsuits.
Look at their faces.
I now remember. I am in jail
Yeah, I now remember. I was
for the
jail.
murder of my sister Jenny.
Yeah. Now this is a true story for sure. That's a pretty good one. Like it ties into what we were talking about earlier about mental health. Like so that story, these stories are sometimes pretty like exaggerated, but that one wasn't.
Stuff like that really happens in real life.
Yeah, that one I definitely believe.
And that one doesn't even say it's true, but I think stuff like that does happen in real life.
Yeah,
If you can think about it, then it's most likely happened.
Yeah, it's a fact. But that shit happened for sure, and that happens a lot. Like people are crazy, man. Like people are, they walk around chemically imbalanced. Schizophrenia ain't no fucking joke. Like you never know. This guy was schizophrenic. He had OCD as well, compulsive, where he had to count things when he went to a room. Like he was crazy, and he should have been on his meds, and he was off his meds. A lot of that shit has to do with diet as well. Like we're living in a world now where all of us have. I mean, at least in America, we all eat the same shit. Like when you go to a store. There's pretty much the same thing in the store. You only can eat so much as far as different varieties of things if you're not growing your food organically. You go to a store, it's the same stuff. Same frozen stuff, same condiments, same everything. So there's no stores you can go to in this country where there's something vastly different from what's in the brother or sister country next door. Like if we go to California and go to a Ralph's, it's going to be the same thing in that Ralph's that we have here in Nevada inside of Albertsons. So I say all that to say, like, this place is a mixing pot. I'm African American. There could be somebody else that's fucking Italian, Chinese, whatever. The stuff here isn't indigenous to me. So that's why in the African American community, like males, we don't live that long. We live to about 50-something years old on an average, which ain't shit. And I think that, and we all have high blood pressure. We all have high blood pressure. We all have a lot of us have diabetes. These things aren't a coincidence. It's because what we're consuming, what we're eating, is not good for us. So I know for a fact that if I went back to, it's so funny, it's how fucking racist. I go back to Africa. If I went back to the motherland, I guarantee my fucking health would change vastly. It would change drastically. Because none of the shit that's here is out there. It's probably, I'd probably run across some things that are indigenous to me that are really good for me. And that's why it's kind of a dream of mine, just to go back maybe for like a year or something, or maybe even if it's a couple months, just to see how my body would acclimate to having things that are indigenous to me that are supposed to be in my body for the first time. And that's why I want to diet and all that. But even in dieting, you know, I'm still going to be consuming a lot of shit that my body is probably not supposed to have. And I honestly think that God puts us where we're supposed to be. He puts us in our environments where we're indigenous to. So being that, you know, tragic events that happened back in the day to slavery and all that shit, where all of us coming over here on a ship from Africa, and we got here, and none of this shit is good for us. So, you know, I think that's where a lot of this shit we don't give diet and all that shit enough credit to all these school shootings and mass shootings and stuff, like and cancer and all that. All that stuff is from the bullshit food that we eat that they advertise that they want us to buy, so they can make money. And I know people are gonna think that's a stretch, but it's really not. Like, I bet you cancer would come down to a very high, very low. Dr. Seavey touched on a lot of this shit. Like, that guy was an older gentleman, like he was in his late 30s, and he decided to make a switch and go on an alkaline diet. Anything that he put in his body had a pH balance of over 8%, I think, and he lost a ton of weight. He was schizophrenic as well. He was diagnosed schizophrenic. He was diabetic. All those things left his body in a matter, I want to say like a year. He came out here and he came to America, and he went to Mexico to get some herbs out there in Mexico. And he cleansed his body. He detoxed his body with all these herbs. He lost a tremendous amount of weight. He rid himself of diabetes, rid himself of schizophrenia, all these things from his diet. So, yeah, man, like, I can't stress that enough. Your body's electric as well. We never put anything electric back in our body, ever. You see a drastic change in that if you did that. I'll even pull it up. Let me see.
You gotta win this game. Yikes.
Did you miss me?
But I'll show you guys really quick because we got about 2 minutes and we're done. But let me see if I can see something really quick before we peace out on y'all. Until next time. But in short, and maybe we'll touch on that next time. Diet, dude, is important. What you put in your body is key. What you that saying, "You are what you eat," it's a real thing, dude, and it's not taken seriously enough. And I promise you, man, if you diet it, it does wonders for your body, and not just your typical bullshit diet. I'm talking about an alkaline diet where you put nothing but electric foods back in you. Plants is a good source of energy, because that's what you're putting back in your body when you eat. You're putting energy back in your body. Anything that's very close to the sun and absorbs energy from the sun and goes back inside of your body is an excellent thing to eat. We get that shit filtered. Cows and shit, hamburger meat, that's all tortured meat, and it doesn't have any nutrients in it. A cow sits in like the sun. We eat the sun's meat, or the cow's meat, and that's why, you know, your people's guts are filled with a lot of bullshit from red meat. But we'll touch on it next time. Electric diet. You know, you want to put clean food into your body, and I guarantee it's the key to everything. So we'll touch on it next time. Peace, love, and positivity to anybody out there. Yeah, man. Until next time. This has been Exenios versus the Millennial that's running around here with the cat. Cat just got his ass. We love y'all. You guys be safe, be positive, love one another, and we will see you again.
Yeah, bye, guys.
Peace out.
bitches.